What up, it's your boy Dvrth again from another video, and today we are here with Attack on Titan Season 4, Episode 24, I believe. Last episode, we had a bit of, it almost seemed like a bit of a transition episode, but we got a lot of information, justifiable information from the character that has been asleep for the past 4 seasons, or 3 seasons, I guess. Annie Leonhardt finally getting her side of the story, getting her take on everything. And while it wasn't a very action-packed episode, it was very insightful, and still very heartfelt. We ended off on Connie tricking, or lying to Falco, I should say, lying to Falco about where he's taking him. I'm hoping that we can actually run into Connie, or Falco can talk some sense into Connie, because if Falco turns, I think Connie's dead if Falco turns. We also had an after credits, I guess you can call it, scene where we are shown Hanji and Levi, which I don't think anybody really thought that Levi was dead, at least not yet. There's still death flags out there for my mans. I'm not going to say that he survives this whole thing, but he ain't dead yet, and that's all we need to know about Levi, at least. So we're going to see what happens next. I'm nervous, as every Attack on Titan episode is. It has me nervous. But we'll see. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more Attack on Titan or something totally different, the best place to send that in is always my social media. Link's going to be in the description below. And if you want these episodes, or if you want the full-length reaction to these episodes, that's going to be on my Patreon. Link's going to be in the description for that as well. We also have a Discord if you want to talk anime that we're watching on the channel, or anything really. With all that being said, let's get our headphones, make sure they're on. Them bitches is on, and let's just let's get into it. Turn that shit. Why are we getting a, oh no, why are we getting a warning? Oh no. Oh, that's big dog Hanji. Oh damn. Right, we never really got the whole Hanji's take on the daydream, I guess you can call it. Live out here forever. MVP Hanji. That's the only thing he wants to do. Just kill Zeke. Don't. I think Eren is like stringing him along. Right. Yeah, Eren's definitely stringing him along. There we go. We gotta work together. We have to kill Eren. Fuck. We're not beating that thing alone, obviously. But I'm glad that people are setting aside their differences, as they should. As Commander Pixis once said, you get an enemy big enough, strong enough, and detrimental enough to the human race, and everybody just starts getting together and forgetting that they're enemies in the first place. Which is honestly the reason why I think that Eren already won. Like, regardless of if he dies or not, Eren already won. He did what he set out to do. Okay, let's get it. Ride. That's the name of it, for real? I thought it was something else. Yeah, if he turns, it's over. No way you can, like, I'm not saying that Connie's dirt, but Connie definitely can't handle one of the 9 by himself. Oh, dude. Oh, fuck. He remembers. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This. Right. Revenge only happens in the heat of battle. Even if you think that the battle's over. This is self-perceived salvation. Well, tell him, Connie. Tell him. Tell him, Connie. Is this what you want to do? Is this what you really want to do? Because I feel like you don't. Connie? Oh shit! Oh, it's heating the fuck up so quickly. Shit! Shit. What? Oh my god. Connie, just stop, bro. I don't want you to die. Oh, dude, Armin, you better fucking not. Armin, you better fucking not. You better fucking... Armin, you better not. Armin, you Armin, you better fucking not. This is... Armin, you better fucking not. Oh, fuck. That man has always been a fucking psycho, bro. Everything Armin does is just so fucking psychotic. Yeah, and inherit the colossal titan. Yeah, Connie. So did you, Connie. So did you. Oh, you took it? What the fuck? Damn. Now you about to die because of that. Okay. Sounds different for everybody, huh? It may just be because you survived it. And John, I know this ain't you, bro. I know this ain't John for real. I know this is not him. What? Don't talk to Mikasa. Don't talk to her. Oh! What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? It's my first pie in years. Dog, we are not. Come. John! This is not you, bro. This is not you. This ain't you. Wow, really? Dog, this is not a... Oh, this is fucked. I think you just don't got it in you, Flock. I think you're still a bitch. Since the day you were on screen in this show. Oh God. It's really what you want? Xenophobic shit. Oh God, that's what the fuck you want. You're just repeating what you became the monsters that you stopped. John, you better fucking not. I knew this wasn't you, John. I knew this wasn't you, John. Bitch ass nigga, I'm in this bitch. Oh shit. No, John. Tell me that the car just got him. Bro, please. Bro, please tell me that the car just... Oh shit. Bro, please tell me that the car just like snagged him. We got your dumb stupid. It was a fuck. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Fuck, I knew this wasn't you, John. Is that Shadis? Jesus. That's true thing to ask a lady. No, we would not have. Yeah, Marlo. Marlo. I think he... Or not Marlo, Marco. Fuck. Oh, it's the fucking gang together. Oh my God, this is actually the fucking gang. Oh, you know where we going. Gang together, the 104th is here to save the world. Oh my God. Oh my God, I don't even know what I'm gonna talk about in this fucking discussion. I deadass don't even know what I'm gonna talk about. That's every discussion though. No, I do not want to see the preview. Oh my God, I'm shaking. God damn it, I'm just... Okay. Alright. I guess we'll just start from the beginning. Which is whenever I don't know what to talk about, that's just the best place to start. Okay, so we first of all we start off with some scouts. We start with some scouts, I guess, trying to find I think they were trying to find Levi. These are the people that were trying to find Levi. Or chasing after, maybe, or chasing after Hanji and Levi, I guess. But the point is that Hanji was protecting Levi, in this situation, I guess you can say. And it's hard for her. I mean, like, obviously it's hard for her because she's crying, but it's because these are scouts. These are former comrades. We don't know how close Hanji was with these people, whether these were personal friends or these were just people that she shared camaraderie with because they were scouts, and that's why she's, depressed about it or sad about it, right? We don't know why exactly she's emotional about shooting these people. Outside of these people are scouts, and things are completely different now that the perversion of the scouts is under the rule of Flock and Aaron. Not really Aaron. We'll get to that. Now the scouts are, this perversion under the rule of Flock, she now has to kill her own comrades, which is absolutely sickening, sickening to Hanji specifically. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. Is MVP Hanji, taking care of Levi, fixing and dressing his wounds and stuff like that. And with all this absolute chaos around her, and hearing the daydream and shit like that, of course, her first thought is, maybe if I just run away, maybe me and Levi can just run away and like not have to deal with any of this, any of this chaos for the rest of our lives, right? And yeah, I mean, you could, but that wouldn't, I don't know how great of an existence that would be, right? Not only that, but that's not really what these people are about. Hanji, Levi, all of the 104th, that's not really what they're about. Running away wouldn't exactly fall in line with the Scouts motto. If you remember back in like season 3, it was Hanji that said that, I don't remember what she said verbatim, but like it was Hanji talking to what's the merchant's son's name, where he was like, yeah, we already lost, like why would we fight, we already lost. And Hanji was basically like, we're always losing. This is what Scouts do. We always lose, but we just keep going, I wish I could bring that specific quote up, but this is kind of, we can kind of like add that to this situation as well. Like, yeah, they are losing right now. It is not looking good for the Scouts at all. But it's always like this. This is where like the true Scouts, the actual Scouts, thrive. When they're losing, they're at the bottom, and they are all the chips are against them, right? And another thing that another part of Hanji's character that we don't really get too much on in the show, but there's a lot of things to keep track of in the show. It's as simple as the premise of the show is a very big story to tell. So it's kind of hard to keep track of every character, but one thing that we haven't really kept track of as much as I'd like is Hanji's conversation with the guy that they imprisoned, the old, like, I don't know what his role was, but it was the guy that he was pulling the strings along with everybody else before the coup d'etat. But her conversation with that guy, where he basically warned Hanji that, like, yeah, this path that you're going down seems to be working right now, but the position that you're in gets very tough. You're gonna have to make some pretty tough decisions in order to keep on going. And we even see that in the beginning of this episode, of her having to kill her who we can only perceive as her old comrades, which is probably something that same guy had to go through, with him talking about killing the whore and the couple in the hot air balloon, aka Armin's parents, talking about killing the teacher that knew too much and all that other stuff, and countless other comrades and his own people that he had to pretty much wipe out because of his position in Eldia, position in the government that they had at the time. And with Hanji kind of taking over that position, she's also having to take over those very tough decisions that he had to make as well. I like that we kind of sped through this episode, a lot of the aspects of this episode. However, I do like that we're kind of just getting to the nitty gritty of it, having basically getting everybody together is what this episode was mostly about. So having Levi and Hanji go talk to Magath and what's her name, Peak, having them, finally get together and having that group go to the next group and say, yo, this is what we're doing. Everybody getting on the same page, which is we have to save the world, right? And as well as, Levi saying, yo, my only plan, like my goal is to kill Zeke, which obviously Eren has Zeke. I think, even when Eren first transformed, he looked over to Zeke and like grabbed him with his tentacle powers things. So I'm pretty sure Zeke is somewhere on that huge Titan. How they get to him, not sure. They do have a flying like water helicopter thing that Hiruzen, whatever, Japan gave them. I don't know how many people that can hold, but they can use that to get to Eren. Of course, as we talked about in the last discussion, I'm going to guess that one of those people have to be Mikasa because of her blood. But that they could use that, right? They could definitely use that. I do like I said, I do like that both of their goals are aligning. Is, we have Levi who's like, bro, I just want to kill Zeke, and Magath who's like, yeah, I also need to kill Zeke, and also the world's ending, so there's no point in us fighting anyway. Just this entire episode was just good to see people finally realize we probably shouldn't be fighting. We probably shouldn't be fighting each other right now. It's counterproductive to both of our it's counterproductive to both of our goals. And I guess we can move on to Connie. Okay, so this was the most stressful because I dead ass did not want Connie to die here. Like, I was so afraid for Connie to die here because he was just showing death flags. He was talking about his mom and how he wanted to bring her back, and everybody was like, yo, we can't let him do that. And the only thing I could think of was like, we have to kill him. Like, we can't, like, as fucked up as it sounds, as of right now, Falco is more important to Connie when it comes to this plan. And I think Connie knows that in a way. As we'll talk about in a bit. Because when we get there to the actual like to Ragako, and as much as Connie has been I guess battling with this in his own mind, like, I don't want to do it because he seems like a good kid, and this isn't exactly the kind of soldier my mom would want me to be, all this other stuff. As much as I'm sure he wants to do it, he knows that he can't do it because as much as he says he's an idiot, Kanye isn't that stupid. Especially in a situation like this where he even says to Armin, like, you don't understand the feelings of an idiot, right? This is about to sound fucked up, but when you're an idiot, you don't really think in 4D chess, kind of in a way of like thinking about the situation like 4D chess, the way that Armin or like Erwin or Aaron to an extent does. You just kind of think upon your feelings, and I think that's the thing with Connie. It's the thing with Connie and to an extent also Sasha, which is why they were such good friends. With Connie, he's not that smart, and I think like Connie knows that, which is why I say like Connie understands the situation that he's in, that he understands that Falco is probably more important to the plan than he is, which is why he took him in the first place in a way. But yeah, he says that you can't understand can't understand like the feelings of an idiot. I would bring it up, but it'd probably take too fucking long to find it. Because as I said, he's just thinking about his feelings. He wants his mom back. That's the only thing that is fueling him. And for somebody like Armin, who is just straight up like, he's already got all this planned out, and we're gonna do this and then this and then this. He does. How could he understand somebody like Connie, who is like, skip all that and let's just get from point A to point Z by literally just leaping there, right? It's hard. I can see how Connie would find it hard to believe that Armin could empathize with him, whether he can or he can't. I can see what Kanye is saying there, because it's, yeah, how could you understand the mind? Like, you're smart, Armin. How could you understand what an idiot is feeling? And Armin, in true Armin fashion, oh god, Armin. Every time Armin does something in this entire show, I don't think we truly appreciate how insane Armin is. Like, erratic and irrational. Like, Armin's very smart, obviously. Armin's very smart, but I don't think we appreciate how erratic and irrational Armin's plans are. Because every time Armin's the same guy that he fried himself in, like, for the plan to work. He was like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and cook in order for this plan to work. And even in a situation like this, where Armin sees how important Falco is, we have to get him. So he's like, fuck it then. I'm going to stand here and I'm going to jump into your Titan mom's mouth. And if she eats me, she eats me. But if you save me, then you're gonna have to let go of Falco. And we can finally kind of come to an agreement that what you're doing is stupid. Because what Armin did here is basically give Connie a choice. You could let me die, or you could let, Falco die. And in that same choice, Armin also gave Connie gave Connie the not empathy. What am I trying to say? In that same choice, he kind of like showed Connie why his thought process was stupid. Because as Connie said, what were you going to do? You were going to jump into her mouth, let her eat you, and then she became the colossal Titan. And him being like, that's no way to live. Yes, Connie, exactly. And that's why I feel like Connie knew what he was doing. He was just thinking off of emotion, obviously. And Armin's plan kind of showed Connie that, like, brought it to light. Yeah, you're going off of emotion. Obviously, you know that. But by me doing this, I can actually show you how bad of a life that would have been if you would have fed Falco to your mom. Because like we said in the last, or not in the last discussion, but the discussion ago or something, where even if Connie had succeeded in feeding Falco to his mom, that is no life for her to have lived. Like, that would be horrible. That's hell. Being a Titan shifter is not fun in the slightest. And then even if it worked out, you'd have 13 years with your mom. 13 years of hell with your mom. Your mom would not be okay in those 13 years. She wouldn't. It's like I said, it's not fun being a Titan shifter at all. Like, at all. But I do like that we figured everything out pretty quickly in this episode. Like, we moved the story along pretty quick in this episode, and even with the whole Connie thing, because we're on to bigger and better things. In a way, it kind of shows you how stupid all the very small squabbles were, because we're on to bigger and better things right now. You know, the whole Connie situation was solved really fast, and the whole Magath and Levi thing was solved really fast because everybody in this group understands the weight of the situation that we're in. Us fighting makes no sense. Connie and Armin fighting makes no sense. All of our group is smart enough to know that, and that's why every situation was handled really quickly. Yes, it was just moving the story along really fast, and I understand that because we have bigger fish to fry, i.e. Aaron. But our group understands that. They understand that. So these situations are being handled quickly because we have no time to be dawdling on whether we should, feed Falco to Connie's mom or not. It doesn't really matter right now. We have a super titan to kill. So we have that. Let me see where are we at now? This was a really sad one. With Mikasa and Louise. Louise is only in the military because she was inspired by Mikasa, and Mikasa is only in the military because she wanted to follow Eren. In a way, I like this conversation because, and I also like it. Also, like Louise having the scarf, because this is a good way for Mikasa to look herself in the mirror and have a one-on-one conversation with herself. Like I said, Louise is only in the military because she was inspired by Mikasa. So to see Mikasa talk to a almost maybe a younger version of her, or if not a younger version of her, but a younger facet of her personality, Mikasa herself can kind of like steal her resolve to do which is kill Eren. Let's be real, Mikasa has to kill Eren, right? But it is really sad because, like, in following Mikasa to hell, Louise is basically gonna die. Like, did she say she was gonna die? She said like she had, I don't know if she said she had shrapnel in her or in her arm. Let me see. I gotta see this. And I'm glad. Did you come here looking for this, or looking for me or this scarf? Okay. I knew you'd have it. Okay. And we can even see like the reflection of Mikasa in like what Louise is saying, because she says that she has the scarf because she felt the scarf made her feel like she was closer to Mikasa. And as the show is, it's just a bunch of cycles, and whether people learn from them or not. So if we look at the way that Mikasa got the scarf, which is she was in trouble, she was about to get sex trafficked, horrible, and she was taught how to fight through the salvation, which was Eren, right? And then given the scarf. And then within being given the scarf, Mikasa learned how to get the strength to fight. She got the strength to fight and went out and saved Louise. Louise got inspired by Mikasa, and then eventually she took the scarf, which in a lot of ways the scarf can almost like signify it being like a collar. But I digress. She took the scarf, and now Mikasa has to look at her younger self that was infatuated with this idea of Eren being this savior, and it's what got Mikasa in this situation in the first place. So seeing somebody like Louise get herself in the same situation but probably not make it out, kind of has to be hard for her. Let me actually see if she said that she's gonna die or not, because I think she said she was. I have thunder spear shrapnel in me that they can't. Yeah, okay, she's gone. Fuck. Yeah, that sucks, man. So in Mikasa inspiring somebody, continuing this cycle of, I'm going to call it the cycle of the red scarf, but continuing this cycle of the red scarf, she now sees how dangerous not just how dangerous her way of thinking is, but how dangerous it is for her to continue that way of thinking, right? Which is why, once again, I will say again, Mikasa has to kill Eren. She has to. It's just really sad to see this. Yeah, I feel bad, man. I do feel bad for Louise, and even in this scene, we get Louise just continuously talking while Mikasa's walking away from her. Her even saying the perverted, this perverted line of Shinzo Sasageyo, which is it don't hit the same. It just don't hit the same anymore. I want it to hit the same, but it just don't. But it's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough. And she's not even wearing it. She's not even wearing the scarf after she takes it, if she does take it. Because I know she said give it back, but she's not wearing it. So either she didn't take it, or she's not wearing it when she did take it. The latter half of this episode was mostly Flock being Flock, but also seeing exactly what Armin was talking about in the last episode, which is even if we did just sit here and start, or just disregard what Eren's doing, start anew on this island and let everybody die out, fuck it, yeah, they can die, we would only be creating the exact same monster that we just fought. And we've been seeing it for the past couple of episodes, where not everybody's on the same like side. Not everybody is of the same mind. This isn't a monolith right now. As much as Flock wants to say, yeah, our Eldian Empire and all this other shit, the more he talks, the more he sounds like that first King Fritz, and the more everybody else starts to sound like them. And we kind of know how that ended up, where even in King Fritz's reign, people wasn't really fucking with him, which is why that one guy threw a fucking spear at his mouth. So as much as Flock and everybody else feels like this is a win, easily half of the people that I'm looking at right now could be like, I don't really fuck with this for real. Like, my son died during the rumbling. I don't really fuck with this for real. So I think I'm just gonna kill this guy, right? And then everybody else, yeah, I think I'm gonna kill this guy too. You know what? Fuck the Eldian Empire. And then next thing you know, you have another war in your hands. So obviously the way that Flock is going about this is wrong. I think it doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to figure that out. But to see on full display how easy it is to, one, become the monster that you slayed, how easy it is to become the monster that you killed, and then begin to create another cycle of violence that no like it's almost terrifying how blind these people are to seeing how they are perpetuating the same problem that they stopped, or that we tried to stop at least. Obviously, like I said, people are just gonna rise up again. Even Shad has said so, where he was like, just stay in the ranks, and don't lose yourself, but one day you're gonna have to rise up. You may not win, but you're going to have to fight back. Easily that could be the start of a new war, and then maybe the Eldian Empire doesn't survive that. Maybe it's a new empire. Maybe we call it something totally different. The point is that the cycle continues if you do what Flock's doing. That dumb shit. Obviously dumb as fuck. Like the I hate Flock. I I hate him so much. This entire episode I was really hoping that John was on our side. I knew it wasn't John, bro. I knew it wasn't him. Like, that's not him. That's not him. I refuse to believe that's him. And obviously it wasn't. But another thing that I really didn't like, I mean, it was cool to see, but I really didn't like, was this perceived time of peace that everybody was kind of enjoying, I guess you could say. And I hated it because these people are having pie and the world is about to end. And why are we having pie while the world is about to end? Easy, because it's not happening to us. I hate that. I hate, like, it. There's something so sickening, and it's something so sickening about watching people celebrate and have drink and be merry while the world is ending, because it's not happening to them. In the fact that they don't know that eventually it will happen to you, because you don't look, because these people look at it as in a way of like, oh well, it's not happening to me, like basically dooms it to happen to you eventually. And once again, we got to go back to a line by Gabby this time, where she was trying to get on the airship, and Falco was trying to explain to her, like, they got trampled on at some point and all this other stuff, and then she's like, did you see it happen? Well, no. Then neither did I, right? And while that scene stands for a lot of things, one of the themes of that scene is that you don't care when it doesn't happen to you, when you don't see it, if it's out of sight, out of mind. Like, you don't have to worry about it in a way. It's very real, honestly. Like, even in our real world, like, people are out there dying, dude. People are out there fighting for their goddamn life, and all of us are guilty of it, but we sit here and we have a good time because it's not happening to us. How can we perceive, like, think of the amount of people that are dying, like in this show at least. Like, think of the amount of people that are about to die. The world. You know how many people that is? That's a lot of fucking people. That's not millions. That's billions. That is billions of people about to die. I can't fathom when there's like some tragic massacre somewhere and tens of people die. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of fucking people. Imagine billions. We as a species cannot fathom that kind of loss of life. and it's as much as it's funny, like this scene's funny, you know, having Annie like eating pie really fast and like, you know, finally have this sense of peace, and like having Connie laugh at Annie for eating pie really fast and all this other shit. The people, you have to realize, like, this group is about to go save the world, right? But the people around them are doing this in a way of like, we're going to continue to do this. We're going to have fun every day, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. We finally killed our enemies and all this other shit. While there are people outside of there, outside of your shores, who are about to get stepped on. Literally. It's just, the point is that as a species, it's very hard for us to understand what it is, how much a life means to the world. And because of that, it's very hard for us to understand the loss of a life, especially on a very large scale. And that's not even kind of, that is what war is. It's loss of life on a very large scale. So we don't really think about it. We don't go, oh yeah, man, you know, we probably go, yeah, it's real sad. It's real sad. Wow, that's real sad. That's pretty much it. Now, granted, there's not a lot that, you know, maybe there's not a lot that we can do. Probably not. But to see like I said, to see this scene of people having a good time specifically because it's not happening to you. Ugh. Sicko shit. Absolute sicko shit. But yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. We get the execution, seeing Flock on his high horse again. Fucking Flock. About to execute Yelena and Onion Capone, who, okay, Yelena, maybe Yelena, but Onion Capone has legit just been a good person to our people, right? And it's such a, remember when I was talking, I don't remember what discussion it was, but I remember I was saying how there are some times in this show where characters are talking and I don't think they're exactly talking to other characters in the show. And in this situation, yeah, we have the all these people around them, like, yeah, that whore and long live LD, and it's fucking horrible. It's horrible. But I think the important part of this scene, and a little mention, as much as Flock was like, no, not yet, we still got to talk about the crimes that this other guy did, I think it's because Flock is not, you're not that real. Even Yelena said it. Yelena was like, aren't you supposed to be shooting me? Like, I don't think Flock is that real. Even in the situation where Flock has shot somebody, I think he was doing it straight off of like adrenaline. When it's everybody looking at you and this is premeditated, I don't think you're that real, Flock. I'm sorry. Anybody can shoot anybody off of pure adrenaline, but I don't think you're that real, right? But as I said, the more important, you know, all this shit is happening, but the important part of this show, or of this scene, is Onion Capone talking, right? And I have to like read the entire thing. I have to, because this is just how important it was, right? And I love that it started off with Onion Capone laughing. They're calling him a criminal. You are a criminal. You know, how could you have done all this shit? And it's just funny to this man, as it should be. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. We gotta read this. Hang on. I aided Eldia to save my homeland from Marley, but I was helping you too. Hello? Okay. Is it gonna keep? And what did that get me? My homeland will be crushed and my family massacred. And the only ones left will be you xenophobic shits. And that let me stop it right there. That's real. That's real. That is real. Like I said, there are times in this show where the show legit, like the characters are legit, not just, they're not talking to, like, yes, in context of the show, they are talking to the other characters in the scene. But as I said, there are times where this show is specifically probably talking to the viewer. It's not a time where they're like preaching to you like, yeah, you shouldn't be racist. No shit. You shouldn't be xenophobic. No shit, right? But I don't think that's what this show or what these scenes are trying to convey. I don't think it's preaching down to somebody. It's literally showing the emotion of somebody in this situation, in talking to the viewer of, this is what happens. This is dead ass just what happens. That you try to do something good. You try to help, and in the end, all people start to look out for number one. You know, people just start to look out for number one. And in this situation, it's the same. That Onion Capone tried to help his homeland and other people that were oppressed. Eldians, obviously Eldians are very much oppressed. He tried to help, but in the end, these people took that kindness and turned it into a weapon. They were like, oh well, now that we've got this power, we've got to start throwing our weight around. Yeah, this guy dead. And it's such a sad situation here because of like you said, I tried to help, and now all that's left is just more hatred. It's just more hatred. Sucking up to you guys for a life isn't worth it. Even you should know how insane indiscriminate killing is. Why don't any of you understand that? It's because, and honestly, it's because they're people, and they're scared, and they don't want it to happen again. So as soon as, if put it like this, right? If somebody ran up on you with a gun and was talking all that good shit, had you at gunpoint talking all that good shit, and somebody else came to your rescue, got the gun out your hand, and you already mad because this other guy was talking that good shit, got the gun out their hand, and you picked it up, you're gonna start pointing it at people too, because you're on edge now. Oh shit, I got it now. What was really good? Five. You know what I'm saying? You're probably going to start pointing it at people too. Now, if this person that just saved you said, hey, chill out, don't shoot him, I'm going to say at least 7 to 8 times out of 10, that person's going to be like, no, what the fuck? And just start blasting, right? It's a situation in which when power shifts to the oppressed, you only get to see how oppressed somebody is when you, not by like, if you want to see how oppressed somebody is, you have to see what they do with power when they get it. Because when you go through trauma like that, you don't want to go back by any means necessary. So that's why I say, if you want to see how oppressed somebody is, you give them power. Because then they start getting real wild with that power. Like real wild. And it's the same situation here. Yes, this is sad because these people are doing it because they were oppressed. They are horrible people for doing it. Don't get me wrong. These are horrible people for doing it, but they are doing it specifically because they were oppressed. So now they have the power. Oh, I'm not giving it up. I got the gun now. I'm not giving it up. I'm firing on anybody. I'm firing on any of you bitches that decide to say anything crazy to me again. You just had me under gunpoint. You just had me at gunpoint for however long, for all this time. And you think once I get that bitch, I'm not gonna start pointing at people too? Why would you lay the gun down on the ground or throw it away instead of starting pointing at people and be like, nah, nobody's gonna do it to me again? You know, that it's the same situation here, where you become the exact same thing that you tried to stop. It's sad, but it's real. And dude, I hate it. I hate it for them. You know, these people are scared. They're not doing a good thing, but they're scared. This shit scared the fuck out of me. Afterwards, where, you know, the shots that were actually the signals, and then here comes Peak. I thought she was about to dirt John. I was scared for a second. I was like, oh well, I think they're working together, right? And it's great to see that they're finally working together. You finally have the entire our group together, the group that will save the world. We finally have them together, and now we can actually start getting some things done. I think that these past 2 episodes have been setting up for what's to come. Not actually having like big plot points happen, but have like transitional events happen, so we can set up the final big whatever it is, right? To set up the finale, I guess you could say. Let me see if there's anything else said specifically. There was somebody apparently staring at them. I think that was Chavez. Now granted, it was like very not cloudy. It was just a shadow. But I'm going to assume it was Chavez because the shadow seemed to be bald, and it may just be because, like, if they gave it hair, we'd know who it was. But if the shadow is just bald because the person's bald, it's probably Chavez. Let's see. We have a bit of this episode actually had a good bit of comedy. Talking about like, why don't you brush your teeth or something like that, and he's like, yeah, I'm never doing that again. Apparently they actually had this plan, or John got on board with the plan last night, which for somebody, I love this part, right? As this is something that we got to talk about. First of all, this was a really pretty scene, but John says that I wish I could have plugged my ears and stayed cooped up in that room, right? Because let's be real. Since the beginning, all John has wanted was an easy life. That's all he's wanted. Since the beginning of this show, that has been John's goal. Now it has changed as John has matured, but that has always been his goal, was to not have to worry. But as I said, it has changed since he's matured. As Onion Capone asks him, like, why didn't you just, chill out then? And John says, but then those ashy bones would never forgive me. Meaning, which I guess You could say it's just like the person that he was, but I took it as Marco, which Marco and everybody else. That's another thing. Marco and everybody else that died, not just in that day, but everybody else that has just died. You know, it reminds you of Erwin's final speech, where it's the living that gives meaning to the sacrifices of the dead. If John did sit in that room and just not listen to any of it, no, I'm going to sit here in this room, I'm just going to chill here, I'm just going to chill with the Jaegerists because it's easier. That would, I don't think Marco would have wanted his death to stand for that. I don't think Marco would have wanted his death to give meaning to that outcome, or that outcome to give meaning to his death, right? If Marco was going to die, and Marco was just a good person, like Marco was inhumanly good. So if he could have asked for anything in a situation like this, he would want the world to be saved. As hard as it is, he would want the world to be saved. So for John, yes, if he would have stayed in there, the bones of Marco and all of his friends that have died before would never forgive him. They would never forgive him. It is, I'll say it again, it is the living that give meaning to the sacrifices of the dead. So in this situation, yeah, John had no choice but to get up and fight. That did just no choice. That was what he had to do, because come on, man, really? You think that John was going to let Marco die in vain, even if it has been like years later? No fucking way. No fucking way. We got everybody. We got the whole squad. We got Reiner, Annie. Let me see this last shot, because this shit hard as hell. Let's see, we got Reiner, Annie. Oh my god, it's such a hard shot. We got Reiner, Annie, Gabby, Falco, Connie, Armin, Mikasa, and John, Onion Capone, Peak. I mean, this is the group. This is the group, which is why I say this episode and the last episode have been transitioned for the finale, which you need episodes like this just to get everything set up for the final set piece, which is, yeah, we got to kill Eren. Oh, I hate that we got to kill Eren, bro. I hate that, but we have to kill him. There's no other way to solve this. Which I guess that's the final thing that I'll talk about, which I feel like I've talked about before, so I won't talk too long on it, but that's the last thing I'll talk about in this discussion. As much as I say we have to kill Eren, I think Eren has served his purpose. Eren has won. When Grisha said that from here on out Eren only gets what he wants, he was not lying. This seems bleak and this seems very tragic, especially if we do have to kill Eren, but that is exactly what he wants. I've said this before, but I feel like Eren has always acted out of love. And it was also Eren who told Pixis, or it was Pixis who told Eren about the whole idea of one big monster rallying humanity to not fight anymore, or to like actually work together instead of fighting each other. So in this situation, I believe that Eren has gotten what he wants. He could die now. They could go and kill Eren in the next episode, and he won. This Eren will serve as a cautionary tale for years to come. People will hear about this, people will learn about this part of history, and they will always remember not to get to that point again. So in a way, yes, Eren has already won. he could die, and that is a win for Eren. Sucks for him, because me personally, I would like for Eren to see the new world that he created. But that's the point of being a martyr. You don't get to see the world that your sacrifice created. So yeah, as sad as it is, I think Eren won. I would like to say that Eren has won. But yeah, this was a good, this is a very transitional episode. This episode had a lot of more comedy than I expected, but this was important. I don't think there has been an episode that hasn't been important. Finally, we got our group together, and I can only assume what the plan is now. I think I've said this before, but like, it would, as daunting of a task killing Eren is right now because of his huge Titan, I don't think it's that easy. I don't think it's that hard. I think it will be difficult, but I don't think it's not impossible. I'll say that. Especially since we specifically saw the little worm thing, like in this world. If we kill that thing, I think we're good. I think it's blue skies if we kill that thing, thusly killing Eren. But I think, yeah, if we kill that thing, it's blue skies. So we'll see what happens in this next episode. I am still nervous. I'm still nervous because people could still die, and plans can go awry. So if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more Attack on Titan or something totally different, the best place to send that in is always my social media. Link's going to be in the description below. And if you want these episodes early, subscribe to my Patreon. Link's going to be, or not early, Jesus fucking Christ. If you want the full-length reaction to these episodes, you can subscribe to my Patreon. Link's gonna be below for that as well. We also have a Discord if you want to talk any anime that we're watching on there. So with all that being said, let me get my off button ready. There we go. You all stay amazing, stay safe, and take care of yourselves.